So, Hare Krishna Bhus Mata is Jagannath Baldeswara Mai ki jai, Radha Madhav ki jai, Nrsimha Bhagwan ki jai, Panchatattva ki jai, Shri Goswami ki jai, Guru Parampara ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Gyanti Vanadasya Gyanam. So today's verse which we are going to discuss is from Bhagavad Gita second chapter 2.22. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So yesterday we had a wonderful Gita Jayanti day. So the whole vibration is going around, right? Still the recitation of the 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita. See, in this verse, the translation says, as a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones. Similarly, the soul accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. See, it's very simple to understand, right? Vasamshi jirnani yatha vihaya. See, as a garment, right? Like coat and shirt. When they are old, what happens? What we do? When it is no more usable, we throw it away, right? And then get a new one, new shirt, coat. Similarly, the soul is changing the garment that is from childhood, right? From babyhood and all, right? See, just like a baby, when a small baby, we buy a small shoe for it, right? But when it gets the child's body, that same shoe will not fit. It has to get another shoe. So similarly, when the child grows and changes, he requires another shoe, right? Similarly, the soul is changing his body exactly as we change our garments. Vasamshi jirnani. Jirnani means when it is old enough, not fit for use. Yatha vihaya. We give up. Vihaya means give it up. Then navani. There is new garments, no? Nara aparani grihnati. So now the body has been compared here as the garment. Let's just like a coat, shirt, pant, right? You know, the tailor, he cuts the coat or the shirt or the pant according to the body. Similarly, this material body, suppose if it is a shirt and a coat, then this is cut according to the spiritual body. The spiritual body is not without form. This we must understand. The spiritual body is not nirahakara. It's not nirakara. It is with form. There is a form for the spiritual body. And if it is without form, then how the garment, coat and shirt, how it has got its hands and legs? Very common sense, right? See, the coat has got hand. The pant has got legs. Because the person who is using the coat and using the pant, he has got hands and legs. So this proves that the spiritual body is not impersonal. It is not a shunya, right? It has got form. But the form is so minute. Anoranyan mahato mahyan. So one is Supreme Lord's form. Mahato mahyan. Virat, right? And our form is anoranyan, lesser than the atom. And this is stated in Gita Upanishad. Anoranyan mahato mahyan. Atmasya janto nihita guhaya. Now nihita guhaya. Now guhaya means in the heart. See, both of them are there. Now, see, both the soul and the super soul, they are situated within the heart. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe, 18.61 Bhagavad Gita says. It is there. It is not said that anywhere in the body it is sitting. No, hriddeshe, in the heart. See, actual, as per the medical science also, no, the heart is the center of all activities of the body. Right, the brain is the manager, director is Krishna. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtu. Everything is very clear. Say Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtu. Krishna says, I am sitting in everyone's heart. See, in all Vedic literatures, Guhaya means in the heart. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtu matas smriti jnanam apohanam cha. So the Supreme Director is Krishna, and he is sitting there and he is directing. Now, this living entity, he wants to fulfill his desire in particular way, right? So he is giving direction to the material nature accordingly. Krishna gives the direction. See, he says, okay, now prepare a vehicle body for this rascal in this way. He wants to enjoy. Let him. Prabhupada says, no, we are all rascals. We are manufacturing our different ways of life. See, we cannot fulfill our desires without sanction of Krishna. That is not possible. But the problem is, because we are persisting, I want to fulfill my desire in this way. So Krishna is sanctioning. All right, take it. Just like a child, it persists to possess something. I want this, I want this, I want this. The father gives, all right, take it. So all these bodies we are getting, although by the sanction of Krishna, but he is sanctioning with reluctance. He doesn't want, but what to say? Why these rascals is wanting like this? So at last Krishna is telling, Sarva Dharma Parityeja, give up this rascaldom. I want this body, I want this, I want to enjoy life. Give up all this nonsense, Krishna says. So in the Vedic literatures, we will find that both the Lord and the living entity, right, they are situated in the heart. But the Jiva is desiring, and the Master is sanctioning. And Prakriti, material nature, is giving the body. So here is the body, ready, come, ready, it is ready now, come, take it. So the original cause of our entanglement, right, or liberation, is based on our desire. As we desire, the next body is there in the assembly line. So if we desire to become freed from all these implications of birth, death, old age, disease, then that body is ready. But if you want to continue this, then change your body, vasamshi jirnani. Because you cannot enjoy spiritual life in this material body, right? You can enjoy material world with this material body only. And if you want to enjoy spiritual life, you have to enjoy in spiritual body. Now, since we have no information of the spiritual life, spiritual enjoyment, right? We are simply desiring to enjoy this world. Puna punascharvita charvananam. Bhagavatam 7.5.30. Chewing this chew, it says, right? See, this material life is basically sex life. Very abominable. But if one understands this and comes out of it, then he is liberated. Then he is called Jivan Mukta. See, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu says, Iha yasya harer dasye karmana manasa gira nikhilasva api avasthasu jivan mukta sa uchyate. So, see how we can become free from this desire. Iha yasya harer dasye. If you simply desire to serve Krishna, then you can get out. Otherwise, just impossible. So if you desire anything else except the service of Krishna, then Maya will give you an enjoyment. Okay, why not enjoy this? Why not enjoy this? So those who are spiritually realized, they will find to serve Krishna means new enlightenment. Never rasa, right? But in the material world you enjoy, it becomes completely punashchacharvitam. You are disappointed. But if you engage yourself in the service of Krishna, you will find new and new encouragement, right? That is spiritual. So the test is within our hands. If during Mangalarti we feel laziness, that means I am not yet spiritually advanced. And if one feels enthused during Mangalarti, oh, it is time for Mangalarti, let me stand up, let me do this, then it is spiritual. See, anyone can test, right? Bhakti pareshana bhava viraktir anyatar syat. 11:42 Bhagavatam says. Bhakti means spiritual. So as soon as you are touched with the Supreme Spirit, viraktir anyatar syat, there is no more enjoyment in this material world. So Krishna is there, right? Krishna is also sitting within the heart. Soul also. See the two friends, right? On the same bar. And it is described in Upanishad. Mundaka Upanishad and Shvetashvara Upanishad, right? They are sitting equally on the same level. One bird is eating the fruit of the tree. That is the jiva, the soul. He is making his fruitive action. Kshetrajna, right? We saw that. These are all described in Bhagavad Gita 13.3. Kshetrajna chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Owner and the occupier. I am the occupier of this body and the owner is Krishna. So Krishna's another name is Rishikesha. So he is actually owner of my hand, leg, eyes, everything. All my senses. I am simply occupier. I am not the owner. And that we have forgotten. Just like if you are in a rented apartment, you are occupier, right? You are not the owner. You are given license to occupy the room. You are not the owner. But if you think that you are owner, then problem. Immediately he becomes misguided. So see, this body or the country or the nation or world or the universe, nothing belongs to you. Owner is Krishna. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. The peace formula verse 5.2 in Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says, I am the owner. So the mistake is that we do not know the owner. And we, although we have occupied, improperly using our occupation. That is material condition. So otherwise the direction is there. Director is sitting there. He is always helping you. But the disease is that we are claiming to be owner and want to act according to our own whims. And that is material condition. And my business is to work for the owner, right? Not for myself. Krishna is created, right? See, along with Krishna, we are all there. We are eternal servants. See, just like along with this body, finger is also born, right? Finger is not differently born. When I was born, my fingers were born. So Krishna was never born. Then we are also never born. Na hanyate hanyamane sharira 2.20 Bhagavad Gita says. So very simple philosophy. Now, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. So if Krishna is born, then I am born. If Krishna is not born, I am not born. Krishna is Aja, so we are also Aja. Imperishable, immutable. We are also, but we are part and parcel of Krishna. So why the part and parcels are there? Why my hand is there? Because I require it. I require the assistance of my hand. I require the assistance of my finger. It is necessary. Whereas what else the rascals, no, Prabhupada says, why God created us? Rascal, it is necessary. Because he is God, he wants your service. Just like big man, he keeps so many servants. Now if some rascal inquires, why you are keeping so many servants? Because I am big man, I want. Simple. Similarly, if Krishna is the supreme authority, then he must have so many assistants. Otherwise, how he will manage? So whole universe is being managed by God's assistants. According to the Brahma, right? Most powerful assistant. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavi. Mohiyantiyat Suraya. Right? First verse in Bhagavatam 111. So in Brahma's heart also, Tene Brahma Hridaya. See, Brahma was alone. He didn't know what to do. So he was perplexed. No? So Krishna gave him instructions. You create this universe like this. Buddhi yogam dadami. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I give the intelligence. So everything is there. Krishna is always with you. If you want to go back to Godhead, then Krishna is ready to give you all instructions. Yenama upayantiti. He gives instructions. You do like this, you do like this. Then gone, finished. Your mental business is gone. So after giving up this body, you will come to me. That's what Krishna says, if you follow my instructions. But if you want to continue this mental existence, then what? Vasamshi jirnani vihyata vihaya. You have to accept one body, again another body. Give this body, accept another body. So this continuation of mental existence is there. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. Take birth, once again die, once again birth again die. See, we are so shameless and so rubbish that we are not very much disgusted with this business. We want to continue. Therefore, Krishna is also ready. Okay, all right, you continue. That's why it is given in 18.6. Ishwaras sarvabhutana vriddeshya arjun tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra ruradi mayaya. Krishna knows your desire. So if you want to still enjoy, all right, enjoy. So for enjoying different kinds of enjoyment, right? We have got different kinds of instruments. So Krishna prepares you. All right, just like the father gives a toy, right? Child wants a motor car. All right, take him to a motor car. He wants an engine. Okay, take the engine. Krishna is supplying these toy bodies. Yantra means machine. So everyone understands this, right, machine. But who has supplied this machine? Machine is supplied by nature, material ingredients. But it is prepared under the order of Krishna. Maya dakshena prakritihi suyate sa characharam. 9.10 Bhagavad Gita says, Prakriti, nature is preparing all these things under my direction. So where is it difficult to understand in this, right? Everything is there in the Bhagavad Gita. If we diligently study and try to understand, we will remain fully Krishna conscious, always. Everything is there. What is my position? How I am working? How I am dying? How I am getting this body? How I am wandering? Everything in detail is there in Bhagavad Gita. We have to simply become intelligent. But what happens? We remain unintelligent. Because we are associated with rascals, rascal philosophers, religionists, right? Therefore we have become rascals. Narottama Das Thakura says, I gave the association of the devotees. I simply associate with all these rascals, Asat Sangha. So give up this. Chanakya Pandita also says, give up the association of these rascals. Only associate with devotees. This will be the right thing. So Prabhupada says, we are establishing different centers not for sense enjoyment, but for good association of devotees. And if we miss this, right, then we will always be in the entanglement. So there must be such wonderful management and arrangement in all the centers. Prabhupada says you must have always good association for advancement. That is required. See, in the purport of this this verse 2.22, Prabhupada writes in the purport, right? The Vedas, sorry. See, the Vedas, like the Mundaka Upanishad, as well as the Svetwaswara Upanishad, compare the soul and the super soul to two friendly birds sitting on the same tree. See, one of the birds, that is the individual atomic soul, is eating the fruit of the tree. And the other bird, Krishna, is simply watching his friend. See, of these two birds, although they are the same in quality, one is captivated by the fruits of the middle tree, while the other is simply witnessing the activities of his friend. Krishna is the witnessing bird and Arjuna is the eating bird. See, although they are friends, one is still the master and the other is the servant. Forgetfulness of this relationship by the atomic soul is the cause of one's changing his position from one tree to another, or from one body to another. So both these Upanishads confirms this. It says, although the two birds are in the same tree, the eating bird is fully engrossed with anxiety and moroseness as they enjoy the fruits of the tree. But if in some way or the other, he turns his face to his friend, who is the Lord and who knows his glories, at once the suffering bird becomes free from all anxieties. We have to turn our face towards that along. So as long as the bird is engaged in eating the fruits, bird is sometimes happy, sometimes sad. So this is causing oscillation of the mind, right? Which is known as Dushtita Mati. And nobody likes a situation where there is always ups and downs. This is because of absorption in eating the fruits. See, we hear the mind, right? We always hear the mind and suffer and then regret. So as a well-wisher, Krishna does not abandon us, right? But is waiting very patiently for us to turn our face towards him. See, Krishna does not scold us either because we are already suffering. He does not scold us because we are already suffering. Why to more create sufferings for you? So the day we turn our face to the eternal transcendental form of Krishna, which comes from the austerity of not attaching ourselves to the fruits of this material world, that day, without deception, we become peaceful. We will become peaceful. This is the science of Atma Tattva. So that means you learn to swim on the platform of devotional service. Then that devotional service becomes the boat in this material world, and the material world itself becomes like water, the hoof print of a calf. So Bhagavatam very beautifully describes 10, 14, 58 how Brahmaji approaches and takes shelter of Krishna. Padam padam yad vibadam tanetishna, right? See, for one who has accepted the boat of the lotus feet of Krishna, of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation, and is famous as Mukunda, or the giver of Mukti, the ocean of the middle world is like the water contained in a calf's hoofprint. Param, Padam, right? Place where there are no middle miseries, or Vaikunta is his goal. Not the place where there is danger in every step of life. So Brahmaji accepts devotional service to Krishna as the only shelter. Devotional service is non-different from Krishna. Devotional service is the be-all and all end-all of our existence. Everything else that comes out of devotional service is a byproduct. My Guru Maharaj used to say, whenever we are attached to something, we should ask ourselves whether we are attached to it because of our liking or because it pleases spiritual master and Krishna. If it pleases spiritual master and Krishna, please be attached to it. At the same time, do not be averse to anything. Another important point. My Maharaj used to always say, we do not hate anyone. We do not love anyone. We are happy with everyone on the strength of serving them for the pleasure of Krishna. That is our transaction in the middle world. Anything other than this creates disturbance. Very beautiful statement. We do not hate anyone, we do not love anyone. We are happy with everyone on what? On the strength of serving them for the pleasure of Krishna, not our pleasure or other. That is our transaction in the middle world. So anything other than this creates disturbance. So when there is aversion and deception, how can there be attraction for Krishna? So instead of becoming dasanudas, we become servant of our senses. See, the greatness of Acharya, Madhvacharya, Madhavendra Puri, right? That attracted Krishna's mercy was that he was neither attached nor averse. So Madhavendra Puri's non-deceptive nature made Gopinathji steal sweet rice for him, right? See, Madhavendra Puri ran away from name, fame and popularity. But Madhavendra Puri's name and fame went before him. And this is Krishna's glorification of his devotees. So Maharaj said that we do not have to run after name and fame. They automatically run after a devotee. Because the devotee does not want them. If a devotee wants name and fame, he drags name and fame with him, and because of that, he loses bhakti. So all these centers which are there, Krishna's and Krishna centers, is for not for sense enjoyment, but for good association of devotees. So that we can come out of this vasamshi and again changing body, again garments, right? That's why Krishna gives an analogy, right? For the soul, death is simply a change of clothes. And he rebukes Arjuna's lamentation that Bhishma and Drona will lose their current bodies, which are the source of enjoyment. So Krishna establishes that they will get fresh bodies. So these are a few things, right? Even the modern scientists, they think that they know. They accept the continuous change of the body, which appears from boyhood to childhood to youth to old age. Yada dehe, right? Dehe no spin. They accept the scientific heart, the heart as the source of all energies. And we also say that the soul is present in the region of the heart. So, the transfer of atomic soul to another body is made possible by the grace of the super soul. Then desires and past deeds, right? The super soul fulfills the desires of the soul like a friend. That's why it is given in Mundaka and Sotashna Upanishad. Two friendly birds sitting on the same tree, right? What are the causes of changing bodies? Forgetfulness of servant-master relationship by the atomic soul with the super soul. The analogy of the two birds, we have seen that, right? So, how does this verse help Arjuna to overcome lamentation and material compassion? It says, no, Arjuna should be happy to kill the bodies of grandfather and teacher in a righteous fight so that they can be cleansed of all reactions and get fresh bodies, fresh garments. And finally, Krishna says in the purpose says, one who lays down his life on the sacrificial altar or in the proper battlefield is at once cleansed of bodily actions, bodily reactions, and promoted to higher status. Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Vancha Kalpataru Kripa Sindhu Bhaya Vicha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo. Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank
Dandavat
you,
pranam.
Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Pranam.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Thank
Krishna
you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
very much for this wonderful session.
Hare Krishna.
Tanvat Pranam.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat pranam. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sri Ramchandra Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
devotees.
much.
Thank you for joining for today.
Hare
See you
Krishna.
tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna to all devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.